Welcome back to the Boruto Anime Review, episode number 64. This I'm reviewing the 64th episode of the Naruto Next Generation's Anime, Rescue Naruto. Yep. Now, mostly put, as seen from the preview from last week, yeah, this covers like the last, the first half of the remaining, of the ending of the film. Yeah, of the big brawl, covers the first half of the fight. Yep, and mostly put when it comes to this fight, it's kind of pulled directly from the film itself, which not much change there. Yeah, that's the thing about this particular scene. It's mostly the same. I think, with the exception of a few changes of dialogue here and there, mostly put it's exactly the same. Though, like the film, they don't basically act in shock and horror at seeing the divine tree standing. I don't really know why. I'm like, couldn't it at least say something like that dialogue, like maybe I don't know, like a brief little flash of seeing somebody saying like, "Oh no, the divine tree is up." Yeah, but the episode opens up quite interestingly. Yeah, opens up with Mitsuke in the hospital, where apparently he has woken up. He's been sort of unconscious for about 2 episodes now. Yeah, he's been conscious for at least 2 episodes, so it's nice that he woke up. He says he's been mostly drained, and he took out his IV. By the way, in real life, that's actually really dangerous to do. Luckily enough, the IV, the way it looks like the needle. I've had an IV put in me, and it is quite dangerous. It is quite painful to have an IV put in you. The way it looks, where the end of the IV, it doesn't look like an actual needle. It looks like the end of kind of like a headphone. Kind of like, it looks kind of like this. Yeah, I have no idea why in the world the animators had the needle look like this. It's so bizarre. And it's a nice little scene between Sadara and Mitsuke. Her telling kind of what happened, why he basically got knocked out. I don't know if she knows about his Sage Mode yet. Who knows? Might find out after this arc is finished up. And of course, we get a chance to see Shikamaru and Shikadai. Probably the second or third, probably one of the handful of times these two have ever interacted in the whole entire series. You see Shikamaru kind of he's kind of the acting Hokage in a way, because, well, Naruto's gone, so is Sasuke. Surprisingly, Kakashi's not in the episode, but technically, since he was the preceding Hokage, wouldn't he take over as acting Hokage while Naruto is missing? But I'm not how they run I'm not the Hokage, so I'm not the elder, so I don't know how they choose it. So Shikamaru sends Ninja out, and of course he convinces Shikadai over the course of a conversation to sort of work with his friends to protect the Hokage Mount, which is nice. Yeah, and one thing about this episode is that one thing you don't see, this is actually not from the film, they do make a change before they get to the big brawl, is that while the whole time, this is actually a little bit longer than it is in the film, the whole scene of Momoshiki draining Naruto of his chakra, yeah, it's actually quite longer in the anime than it is in the film. In the film, it's really quick. Here, it lasts for about a good chunk of the episode, and you see flashbacks. First set of flashbacks actually flashback to this very series. There is like a couple of them. There is the first time that Sakura popped up in the series, where she's seen training. So this is during the Ghost Arc. One of 2 flashbacks relates to the Ghost Arc. The other, of course, is right after the Ghost Arc wrapped up, was Sumori was revealed to be the one behind it all. And then we see a flashback just prior to Sarah Chunin exam, with Boruto convincing Naruto to make a promise to come to Himari's birthday party, though he kind of does, but sends Shashako instead. Yeah, and then something I have been wanting to see the whole series, flashbacks to Naruto Shippuden. Yeah, finally. We finally see it. We've seen flashbacks to the original Naruto anime. I mean, the only footage you see from the original Naruto anime is from the Tsunade arc, when we have Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Naruto versus Orochimaru and Kabuto. Yeah, they actually were stock footage from that. And plus, he brings some from the 4th grade Ninja War, which I thought that was really nice. It was nice to see Obito. First time in the series you get a chance to see him, well, in flashback form. But it's great to see the guy, and it's great to see flashbacks from the Great War itself, and seeing the whole brief merger of And this is something that I'm glad they finally referenced in the series. This is actually the second time shown in the series, so they actually the actual footage. This is from season, I believe this is from early season 20, before they go into that infinite jutsu thing, which lasts for pretty much most of season 20. Actually, I have the second half of it. And get flashback to that, and of course the Obito. I don't think we see Mandara, surprisingly. No, we don't see him. We see Obito, but not Mandara, surprisingly. And me personally, someone who has liked Shippuden, and though it's not, some people think that it's not as good as the original Naruto anime, I like it. I really do. I love the fact they included some of the part 2 footage. There's even a brief scene you can see yeah, they only show just the 4th grade ninja war stuff. They don't show any of the other arcs. They don't show when Kazakage rescue or the stuff or the 2 arcs revolving Ashima. They don't show any of that. They show basically toward the end of the Shippuden, like toward the end of season 20, but not much else. But I'm finally happy they finally show it. Yep. And the episode ends quite shockingly, which kind of just happened in the film as well, with Momoshiki absorbing his guardian and pretty much kind of turning into a male version of Kaguya. I'm not kidding. It's basically her, it's her, because from what I've heard, he is based, his appearance wise is based upon Kaguya, but here's some of the unique difference between him and Kaguya. Kaguya in the anime appeared when she appeared in season 20. We finally see her. She's only seen there for a good 10 episodes. Momoshiki is seen for a lot more than 10 episodes. He's even got a lot more screen time in this series than he is in the film. Of course, he briefly appeared in the film. Also, this is something they don't explain in the episode. What happened to the other henchman? Yeah, apparently he's not there, and it's suggested by Shikamaru he's still in the village. As of where he is, they don't say, because it looks like next episode is pretty much going to be the 5 Kage, Sasuke, and Boruto versus Momoshiki in the next episode. That's what it looks like for next week's episode, which I'm personally looking forward to that, because so far, I love what they went in this particular arc so far. I love the changes they made. They make changes that make sense, like of the whole thing of they do explain a couple things that was not in the film. One of when in the world that Boruto got Sasuke's headband, because in the film, if you watch the film, somehow he mysteriously got it off screen and he puts it on in front of his mother. And in the anime, they had him basically, Sasuke gives it to him as a loner, and he puts it on in front of him and the other 4 Kage. And of course, that's also the same scene of, well, Boruto putting on Naruto's Part 1 coat, and also they also do explain how he knows where Naruto is. Basically, it's explained via the scroll he got. In the film, they never bother to explain what it is. But I'm kind of glad the fact they finally filled in that plot hole from the film. But great episode. Looking forward to next week's episode. I have checked and see if Chapter 25 of the manga is released yet. As far as I know, no, it hasn't. I've checked. I've heard that the next chapter of Attack on Titan has been released, which expects to see a review of that probably next week or two. In the case of the next chapter of Boruto, I don't know if it's been released yet. Also expect soon another chapter review for, well, not only Attack on Titan soon, but also for 7 Deadly Sins. That's going to be coming up really soon, because I know for a fact they'll probably release another chapter by now. Yeah, chapter, I think that'll probably be next week. Next chapter for that. So pretty much that's it for this particular review. Great episode. Looking forward to next week. The next 2 videos I'm going to do, Comic Corners. I expect to see those really soon, okay? But until see you in the next episode. Bye.